this one guy was like, dude, like, no, like, he's not just that. Like, and I don't even know if you know this, but he classifies himself as this philanthropist, and he just made some pesticide that's organic.
I heard that.
A pill. And then the FDA is not even making him, like, list all the ingredients and shit. And he's like, yeah, like, I only know about it because I'm on this journey of eating organics to, like, lower, like, my lipid and cholesterol levels and shit. And he's, like, preaching me all this shit and telling me all these, like, high functioning, like, data that he's been collecting for himself. And then one thing led to another, and he's like, yeah, like, America, yeah, like, you didn't know this? Like, America's not a country, it's an organization. China's not a country, it's a corporation. Like, Russia, yeah, they're not a country, it's a corporation, and everything is all about money. And he just took me down this long, like, really interesting path about COVID. And I'm sure you've heard of this drug called Ivermectin.
Yes, that was the Rogan thing, right? Wasn't that Joe Rogan? Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like, no, like, ivermectin, it binds to the same cells that coronavirus binds to, and it blocks them from being able to recept at those receptor sites and replicate inside your cells and DNA. So ivermectin blocks that, and within, like, 2 or 3 days, like, a bunch of people clear up. And then I'm like, why I heard briefly about this for a second, but, like, the news and shit, like, washed it over and made you sound crazy if you said the word ivermectin.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, no, that's because all the physicians aren't allowed to prescribe it, and they were told by the pharmaceuticals who pretty much run America and the world, don't prescribe ivermectin. We want people in the hospitals. We want people sick. You need to give them X, Y, and Z antibiotics and antivirals.
Damn.
And shit, because when the physicians prescribe all that, they're getting, like, these massive, like, bonuses and incentive pay and, like, kickbacks and shit. And, like, you know, I can't fact check you and tell you that that's right, but I just enjoy hearing like these other thoughts and shit. And then it got even deeper. I was pretty much like, and I said this to my friend the other day, I was like, are we living in hell right now? Or, like, is this what life is supposed to be? Because the way he's describing it, it's just so evil and malicious. And then he took me even deeper and was like, yeah, dude, like, this is where he got, like, funny, but, like, I fuck with it. He's like, dude, yeah, like, we didn't just, like, spawn here. An alien species gave our Neanderthal
nice. So he's full conspiracy theorist a little bit. He got a little bit
DNA to evolve into humans and shit. Like, how the fuck do you think the pyramids got here and shit?
Wow, yeah, he's in it. Okay, all right.
But, like, no, I fuck with it so heavy.
I'm down. I'll listen to anything, dude.
And he was saying, like, yeah, and, like, I have listened to, I don't know if you know who Bob Lazar is, but he, like, swears on everything. He worked for Area 51 in the 80s and shit. And he touched UFOs and they tried back engineering their technology because they don't use engines. They use anti-gravity to travel is what this guy's thesis is. And he's like,
so he's trying to reverse engineer that.
But you can't reverse engineer something that's light years ahead of you. It'd be like going back in time 1,000 years, giving them a garage door opener, and them going, what is plastic? What is infrared technology to get the button to click and get the door to open up and shit? I'm like, whoa. But long story short, he's okay. Where I was getting at with the pyramids is this Bob Lazar guy did say that, like, the UFOs were discovered, like, tens of thousands of years ago and shit, and around the same time when the pyramids were being built and shit. And, like, low-key, if you think about it, like, humans can't...
The pyramid math has never made sense.
You can't, And then I get home yesterday. Oh, and then and this is just crazy. Like this is where like God came into it. I was like, okay, so then if everything's you're saying, like I want to believe in God, because I don't know how we all got here and how we spawned. Like I want to believe in God, and I'm like, if we came from aliens, is God real? And then he's like, dude, yeah, like God made the fucking aliens. And I'm like, shit, okay. So then shout out Bobby. I come home, I tell him all this shit. He just knows exactly, like, just like straight face listens to it all. And then he starts adding to it. And he's like, yeah,
nice.
this other podcast I listened to, this dude who currently works at the Pentagon, if you believe, I don't know how to confirm he works at the Pentagon.
Right.
But this guy went on Joe Rogan, or the whole shit with patents, like, you make a medicine, you have a patent for 10 years. This is just like open shit. Like you have a 10-year medication patent. You can charge whatever price you want for this life-saving medication. Once the 10-year patent's over and anybody can now make that medication legally, then it's worth pennies on the dollar for what people needed. Like you probably heard of like, you know, insulin was like super expensive and like people were dying because they couldn't fucking afford insulin. And now it's like, here, take it.
Yeah, please.
I don't know. I was just fucking tripping out and like, dude, like, are we in hell right now? You know?
Damn.
That's all I got.
You're like, and with that thought, there you go.
No,